Well, hello, this is Pestilman 1951, and now I'm playing with drills in a la MrRick's challenge series, and I got a couple here that I'd like to put forward as being somewhat cool. That's nice size, nice in place. This one here's not bad for a North Carolina rhyolite drill. And then I've got this tiny little thing here that my son found when he was a little boy. He came back with this. He was walking down the road from where I was up taking pictures of some petroglyphs. And he came back, found this little tiny baby drill, little BB drill. They probably used it to, I don't know, maybe drill holes in beads. But here's a pretty cool one. It's a handheld. It was not a hafted drill. It was just a handhelder. But it's kind of crude and stuff. But as far as the drill, it works really well. Now, a lot of you guys back on the East Coast are really used to looking at drills. Kind of like this one, that one, that one, that one. That had a previous life. Yeah, and this one here had a previous life in as some kind of a point. And when the tip would break off or get dull or break in half or whatever, they'd make it into a drill. But that is not at all the case everywhere, as we'll see in a minute. But okay, here is a couple of drills that are pretty interesting. They're not really big, but they're Harahe drills. They've got that twist in them that Harahe knives and Harahe blades and Harahe drills all have. They got like a crazy little twist working. I kind of love it. Here's another one. It's unfortunately broken, but only half of it's there. I love the way the Harahe culture did most of the things that they did with bi-pointed. Their knives are knives up and down, and their drills are drills on both ends. And now, here's a drill from way out in the Mojave that, as you can see, there's a lot of old stuff, old lichen and accumulation and stuff on there. But I honestly think that this here was a great big old drill that it's got basically the shape of that Lake Mojave point, but it's like a handheld Lake Mojave drill. Lake Mojave was a paleo culture out here in the West Coast just after Clovis. Okay, now I'm gonna show you a couple of drills that if you work with me a little bit here, there's something pretty cool going to come out of it, I hope. Okay, now these are drills from the California coastal guys in Southern California. They made pencil, we call them pencil drills, because they're basically shaped like a pencil. But whereas you guys drills in the eastern part of the country are in cross section, you guys drills are lenticular, like arrowheads or spearheads. But all the drills down here in Southern California are all triangular in cross section. And I once had a history professor tell me, sometimes they made their drills so nice, the only way you can tell them from arrowheads is that they're triangular in shape. But just for any of you guys out there who fancies yourself a flint napper, take a look at this one. It's broken, but it is perfectly round, except for 3 little spines that run up off of it. And it's just, let me see if I can get a better shot. Okay. Can you see that? Is that working? I don't know. Okay, enough of that. But anyway, the point being is it is just, I mean, no kidding. It's round. It's perfectly round. Now, how could you nap something that in cross section is perfectly round but except for a little spine running up, 3 little spines that, you know, dig in and do the cutting. I've I know a lot of flint nappers, and I just love to pop this one out when they're all sitting around bragging and talking about their mad flint napping skills, and say, well, okay, no problem. Here, why don't you go ahead and make me, I'm trying to get one of these drills that's totally intact. I got a broke one, so go ahead and make me one that's fully intact and a replica. And, you know, they give it a go, and after a while they come back and say things like, gee, man, I don't know, that's pretty crazy. I didn't realize that people nap stuff like that. And I got a couple of over here in my Paleo kids. Let's see. All right. Not enough light. I'll get back over here. Excuse me. Here's some. Here's some Paleos. Those are a couple of pretty cool little CLOVISes I've got. I'm just going to play with that for a second. That's a real cool little bright red CLOVIS I got. But here's a little Paleo drill. Got that, you know, famous Paleo base on it. And and here's another Paleo case of mine. Got an awful lot of pretty cool Paleo things in there. I figure most everybody knows what they're looking at there. This thing here's got a really great story on it. The man who was napping it in one of the early reduction stages knocked out a flake that, you know, kind of took a bad turn on him and chewed out this great big gouge in the, you know, way too deep of a pit in the side of this big CLOVIS point. And, you know, most people would have, you know, pitched it aside and gone, to heck with it and stuff. But this guy was such a good napper that he left a hump on the opposite side of it. Just perfectly opposite, the deepest part of this, he left a little hump over on this side. To, you know, so it would keep its strength and stuff like that. So it's got a little bit of the profile of a snake that ate a horseshoe. It's in pretty good shape. One tip drives me nuts. But, you know, striving for perfection just make you old. But, is that everything here? Yeah, I think that's everything for now. Anyway, this is for MrRick's, you know, drill is the ongoing MrRick's challenge series. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your attention.